Zach, I don't know how to respond to the sentence, "You draw squiggly lines very well." Zach, we're recording.
We are recording. No, you like those are very nice squiggles. Like I feel like I would do a worse job drawing squiggles.
Oh, Zach, you want to do a theory video?
Do we want to do a Feely video?
Oh,
Tom, do you want to tell an
oh.
unrelated story, or should I tell an unrelated story before we start the theory video?
Oh yeah,
So go on.
this one goes out to the people who say that we ramble too long at the beginning of the episode. Zach, why don't you go ahead?
I was thinking I would do the unrelated story on your theory, and you would do the unrelated story on mine.
Oh,
So
oh, perfect. Yeah, I'd love to. Zach,
go for it.
I would love to tell the story of my last St. Patrick's Day. I've been meaning to tell this for a while.
I've heard this story, and it's really good. It's very quite good.
It's one of my favorites, and I'm just gonna cover the
I
canvas.
believe I described it as a Saul Goodman-esque.
I'm just gonna cover the canvas in cursed Mogai while I'm telling this story.
Go for it. Go
Uh
for it.
oh, they don't look good with mouths, huh?
They don't look good with the eye protruding either.
But you always draw them with the eye protruding, right? If you draw them
No,
like
like
this, it
that.
just doesn't work.
No, like a little bit protruding, but like when it's like fully erect, it looks bad. When you like have an eye prolapse, it's not a good thing.
Oh, this one looks like
Uh,
he's like leaning backwards in like a little bit of surprise.
he's
Oh
he's
no.
dodging a bullet in the Matrix.
Oh yeah. He's doing like one of the woo woo.
Somebody's really upset that I used the term eye prolapse, and they're like clicked off the video.
It's uh it's my favorite pirate expression. Oh, when your greetings come out before they're supposed to, the eye prolapse.
No, no. It's you ask a pirate how good they are at running a marathon.
Eye prolapse.
Yeah, it's short for yes, I am a professional at running laps. Tell you, tell your St. Patrick's Day
Yeah,
story.
yeah, Zach. So last St. Patrick's Day, I was out running. I was out running at a park near me, and I was having a grand old time, and I happened to be running through a park that is generally quite busy, but at this point happened to be very quiet. There was only one car that was there, as near as I could tell, this sedan that was idling. And as I'm jogging past, I get a full eye load in the back of this idling car of these two motherfuckers butt naked just going to town on each other.
Has it ever occurred to you that this is also how Game of Thrones begins?
That was my favorite part of the White
Some
Walker scene.
someone is out doing physical activity and notices two people having sex. That's the beginning of Game of Thrones.
Oh
Not the like
no.
beginning,
Oh
but that's
no.
Bran chapter 3, right?
Oh no,
Uh,
am I still in the coma? Is this my green dream? Is this my three-eyed crow dream? Man, that sucks. Man, it turns out that the heart of winter is New York State. Wow.
wow, it's New York State, and not even the like really exciting part of it. No offense.
Oh yeah, that one goes out to all the people. To the one person who keeps on asking us if we're Canadian, and nah, bud, we're not. We're your neighbors.
No, we're your neighbors there, bud.
We're your neighbors there, bud.
Yeah, we jumped through tables there, bud. You want a Jenny there, bud?
Yeah, you want to come and square up? I'll put this Molson muscle to work putting you on the ground there, bud.
Hey, Josh Allen has a huge cock there, bud.
Oh, football's better than hockey. Uh,
Uh, well, I mean, okay, Tom, we're better at football than hockey. We definitely would have had the different opinion in 2006.
that's fair. These are fair. These are fair statements. These are fair statements. I'm not going to get into a fight with everyone in Canada, just everyone in Ontario. It's you that sucks in particular.
I can't say that too loud. I have a lot of friends from Ontario, but I think like, look, I like you until you start rooting for the Maple Leafs. Then you lose me.
Then we have a problem. bud. So I'm running through this park, and there's these two people having sex in the back of the car. Zach, I'm sorry to run over your Canada joke.
I was just gonna say I'm actually a Blue Jays fan, so it's kind of ironic.
Yeah, me too. It comes with the territory.
Continue this unrelated story that has nothing to do with our Song of Ice and Fire podcast about two people in a car in a park.
Yeah, I know. They're all Bills fans, and we're all Blue Jays fans, and we have
Raptors fans.
We have a mutual friendly respect.
Until hockey breaks out, then the gloves are.
So, I'm running and I do that like horse blinder thing that you do with your eyes, right? Two people having sex in the back of the car, totally fine. Having a grand old day, somewhere between the ages of 19 and 25. I didn't look for more than like 2 frames. As I'm jogging by, and I jog for another mile or so, and then I turn around and I jog back. And because of the way that particular park is laid out, up along the top of the park is very low. It's low set, and up at the top, one of the main roads rolls past the park, and you can see cars as they are traveling on the main road from the park. And in order to get down into the park, in order for cars to get down into the park, they need to come down this long, like, windy, loopy road, this little one-lane thing, and then they're in the parking lot proper. And what do I see, Zach? What do I see as I'm jogging back? As I'm jogging back, toward the parking lot where these two are still idling, and I can still see somebody's pasty white back in the back of the car.
What do you see?
I see 2 cop cars rolling along, and they go to turn into that long loopy thing. Bear in mind that it's St. Patrick's Day, and it's about 11 p.m. And they go to roll down, and I see them flip their lights on as they start to come down the long loopy windy thing. And Zach, as I said to you when I told this story, I have never acted so fast in my life. I'm jogging, I'm at speed, I pick up the pace, and I basically jump in front of the cop car. While they're still on the one-lane section, before they have time to get into the parking lot proper, I basically jump in, and as I'm passing, like, the lights spin up, and I see these 2 heads pop up in the back seat, and I get this, like, 2-frame image of horror on the look of the faces of these 2 people. And I run across the parking lot right before they get out of the little loopy, and I hop in front of the cop cars, and I hitch this giant friendly smile up on my face, and I come around to the driver's side window, and I say, "Hey, how you guys doing tonight? You guys doing okay? I got a little turned around. Can you tell me which way the restaurant is? I'm trying to get back to the restaurant." And Zach, I occupy them for just about 45 seconds. Just long enough for these 2 idiots making out in the back of their car on a public park on St. Patrick's Day. Just long enough for them to be driving up the other side of the loopy when it is no longer socially acceptable for me to be talking to the cops. So that's my good deed. That's my St. Patrick's Day good deed. I saved those 2 kids from let's go with possible public nudity, like being in a park after dark for sure.
Yeah.
Possible possession of alcohol as a minor, and all manner of other unpleasant things.
You're assuming that they were like just young and didn't know any better, other than the other possibilities of they're very stupid, or they knew exactly what they were doing. That was like calculated, right? The risk was part of it.
Let me see if I can adequately represent the look of abject horror on their faces. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
You gotta draw the flashing lights over there.
Yeah. How am I supposed to do that?
Right, just use red and blue. You have all the colors available. There we go. There we go. I hope you people come to these streams for our unrelated stories and Tom's drawings, because I say streams like the VODs, they're videos. They're not even VODs; they're just straight up videos. I hope you all come to these to hear us rant and watch Tom draw, because
I know you don't come for the theories; they ain't worth shit. All right, Zach, I got you. Want to do a video?
You got a good one. You got a good one. Yes.
Oh, I got a good one today too.
I think this might be my favorite of all the theories I put together for this show. I think this might be my favorite.
Okay, Zach, do you have a starting quote for me?
I do have a starting quote for you.
Okay.
And I will pull it up right now.
Well, the
quote is...
shrink this text a little bit. Go ahead.
And we're going to go... people are going to be very happy about this, although they probably already know it for the title and the thumbnail. In Bravos, there had been a house with a red door.
Oh my
that was
God.
all Danny's thoughts.
It had been a house.
I believe that's Danny's thoughts. It might have been her exact... It might have been a quote.
Door. Thoughts. I'm sure that she thought this at some point. Daenerys? Did I get that right?
I can never spell Daenerys correctly.
Zach, is this a red door theory?
This is very specifically a red door theory.
Oh,
yes.
Gosh. Okay. Zach, would you like to explain to the crowd how the game works?
So how the game works is Tom is going to start using his A Song of Ice and Fire knowledge to talk about different things he knows are related to whatever given him. When he gets close enough to something, whether that be a quote or a thing that happens in the books or even something outside of that, he like just mentions offhandedly, I have to say ding, and that pops up on the screen. And if he really feels lost, he can say, Zach, deal me a card, and I give him a piece of evidence. I decide whether that's random or the next one in line. That's dealer's choice.
How many am I playing with? How many cards we got today?
Well, Tom, we have 18 cards in the theory proper, and then 2 additional tinfoil cards. We'll get to later.
You know I love additional tinfoil.
I do love additional tinfoil. I should note in this case, I don't think I believe the additional tinfoil, but it's fun to think about.
Okay. All right. Let me ponder here, shall I?
Yes. I was concerned. There is a way you could accidentally solve the theory very quickly, but I don't think you're going to do that.
Zach, you are suggesting. I would like to make a guess. I would like to solve the puzzle, please.
Okay.
You are suggesting there was a mistranslation. It's not a red door. It's a Ned door, and Daenerys is a Stark.
It's a mistranslation. It was a red whore, and that's the term that Ramsay Snow uses to refer to Melisandre. Daenerys is time traveling. That's the theory.
It's a mistranslation. There's actually dimension hopping between this and the MCU, and Red Thor is not but it hasn't been revealed yet. But
is Red Thor like Superman Red Sun, where instead of Thor in the MCU landing in the middle of Arizona, he lands in the middle of the Soviet Union during the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Man, Zach, I went for a jog today, and man, my feet are Thor. Oh right, no! I just accidentally spoiled a pun for the next pun episode.
You did?
Yeah, it was gonna be Where Do Thors Go?
Where do Thors go?
It was gonna be Loki walking around Bravos, but very short, asking people where Thors go. Shit! We're way off the rails today. Zach,
we're 14 minutes in and off the rails, but I think you can get through this theory pretty good.
We were supposed to remind people at the beginning that there's a Robert Baratheon bastard survey still in the description of this video, so you should go.
We really drew attention. we really drew attention to it last video. I think we're fine.
Okay, all right. We'll have it up for one or two more, and then it'll be done, and then we'll do a Bobby B video.
We'll do a Bobby B video. We'll rank all of them from the ones we like the best to the ones we think are least likely.
Okay.
All
all right, Zach. I'm gonna start prying. Okay.
Start prying. Start the actual video.
Okay. 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 You know who else is in Bravos? Is Illyrio Mopatis. Illyrio Mopatis is the person who took care of Daenerys and Viserys when they were children.
Actually, that's the funny thing. He's not in Bravos.
He's a Bravosi water dancer, isn't he?
No.
Yeah.
Illyrio is actually from Pentos. He's Pentashi.
Whoa! Hold the fucking phone there, bud. Hold the fucking phone. I'm gonna fact check you faster than Sidney Crosby hip checks his way through a defenseman. Is that joke relevant? I don't know. I haven't watched hockey in a while.
Well, it's okay. The Sabres haven't been good in a while.
Illyrio Mopatis.
Yeah, I started rooting for the Golden Knights. This was to say I realized the Sabres aren't going to win because I like my disappointment long form.
Magister of Pentos. I could have sworn he was a Bravosi. He was a Bravo when he was a kid.
No, he's in Pentos.
Was Illyrio a Bravo? As a young man, Illyrio was a poor Bravo. After the young Varys arrived in Pentos, they formed an unlikely friendship. So I guess there's just Bravos, Bravo lowercase b, in Bravos and Pentos. Huh, interesting. Neat.
I didn't realize they named an entire group of people after Vince Gilligan.
I didn't realize they named an entire group of people after what people say after. Well, never mind. That I
already made that joke, but worse. Don't worry.
Okay, fine. Is that I have a tree up which I can bark. It's a lemon tree.
Ding, ding,
yeah.
Ding.
Let's lemon-gate this shit.
Let's lemon-gate this.
Lemon-gate.
Lemons do not grow in Bravos, but Danny remembers a lemon tree.
Lemons do not grow in Bravos, but
which I think lemons do not grow in Bravos is actually like a T-shirt that Preston Jacobs sells.
But Danny remembers a lemon tree. We'll put that up here. This is a fun discussion, Zach. So,
yes,
lemons grow in more temperate climates.
Correct.
Suppose they grow in Dorne.
You're very close. This is a very good tree to bark up.
Suppose they grow in Sunspear. Suppose they grow in Starfall. Suppose they grow in...
Sunspear is a great tree to bark up.
Okay. Sunspear got that big spear. We know it's going to be used as a weapon in the robot apocalypse.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
It's going to be thrown through the heart of the Great Other, because the Great Other is a giant monster. Have you ever watched Gurren Lagann? I think I tried to show you Gurren Lagann and you never finished it.
You did.
There's a scene at the end that I just pictured, but it's like where there's a monster with a giant hole through its torso. I guess it's more than like a monster. It's like a godlike being. I'm just imagining just a giant version of the Bad Dragon show's like head other, the Night King, just like kaiju size with a giant hole through his torso, looking down like, look at that shit.
I love this idea. Let's see. Okay, what else? What else can we talk? Okay, so Sunspear. Doran Martell rules in Sunspear. Oberyn Martell was there for a while, but he did.
He did.
We've established a couple of times that it is not known where Oberyn Martell was during the sack of King's Landing.
That's true. We don't.
Yeah.
He might have been across the Narrow Sea.
But he might have been. He might have been in King's Landing. Zach. picking up his adopted daughter.
It's possible. I do wanna make a video called "All the Sand Snakes Are Adopted" at some point. But
Okay, what else? What else we got here?
you're getting very close. Maybe talk about some of the newer Martells.
Oh gosh. You want to talk about Ariane?
Sure.
Ariane Martell is currently slated to be the Princess of Dorne. She's currently slated to inherit.
Yes.
Through all of A Dance with Dragons, she was imprisoned, I think.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
House arrest sort of thing.
Yeah. She was stuck in the highest bloody room of the tallest bloody tower. Aerys Oakheart is there. He dies. He gets chopped in half.
He's also going to be a point of view chapter in Winds of Winter.
Confirmed. I believe. Am I correct in saying that in the books, Myrcella Baratheon is still in Dorne?
Correct. There's another Lannister with her too, who looks remarkably like her.
You said there's another.
Huge part.
Oh yeah, her like little cousin. Yeah.
That's an integral part of Preston Jacobs' theory.
That is truly ridiculous.
I'll have to show you the theory at one point. Like the reasoning's a little wild, but I kind of like it. Anyways, there's something about Ariane Martell that will get you a ding. Actually, there's two things about Ariane Martell that will get you a ding.
You're asking me for specific things about noted, interesting character Ariane Martell.
Do you not like the Ariane Martell chapters where she's stuck in a single room the whole time?
You're telling me that I'm weird for not liking the chapters where Ariane Martell literally sits in a room? You're telling me you don't love those chapters, Zach?
Don't you like Sansa, Ariane, and Daenerys are like the sisterhood of the traveling nothing.
No, Ariane's chapters are fucking awesome until she gets locked in a tower. That's
true.
It's like Bran, right? There's two chapters in Storm and one chapter in Dance where Bran is just boring as shit because they're actually just walking through the woods.
I realize I actually like, as much as I like to meme on some of the later Daenerys chapters for being that bad, I actually like them better than I think Qarth. Now that I'm rereading the Qarth stuff, because like I think I mentioned another. I might have mentioned another video, which is the call we had that like Pri is like the most transparently like evil character they introduce in the terms of like having any sort of mystery about his motives. He just like comes off as like, I am like clearly not trustworthy, and everybody's like, that guy's not trustworthy. And Tom, the twist is he wasn't trustworthy.
He does kind of read like a cartoon. But the distinction is the cartoon.
Do you think that Euron has like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck tied up in his on the silence? That's Donald. But
oh, damn it! Damn it! You're right. I take it back. That wasn't a slip of the tongue. It was a correction.
I'm sorry.
It's a Berenstain Bears situation. You're the one that's wrong.
I'm gonna derail our video even more, but I'm just imagining the story that it does come down to a final confrontation between Euron and Jaime, but Euron decides to feed him by setting up a piano that's rigged to explode as soon as he plays a certain note, and then Jaime is not able to play the piano properly, like he keeps getting the one note wrong. And Euron walks up and is like, no, it's like this, do 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 do, and then he blows up. And that's how Euron's character arc ends.
Zach, I loved that image. That was wonderful. However, I need you to back up to near the beginning of that sentence and come on a different trip with me.
Okay.
You said it's going to come down to a final confrontation between Euron and Jaime. And in the space between that word and the next word, my brain created the entirety of Kingdom Hearts in A Song of Ice and Fire. Where Jamie like teams up with Donald Duck and Mickey, and like you're on like summons Ursula.
Man, the Song of Ice and Fire books are like the opposite of simple and clean. They're complicated and filthy.
Oh my god. Hello, I'm Sora Snow.
Look, for all the people who say like you go on too many unrelated rants, we're not gonna stop. I hope you realize.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking sorry to the people who are just here for the theories.
It's never gonna be just the
go
theories.
get your fix on Preston Jacob and come back.
Somebody can be really lucrative. They make our channel, but they just like explain the theories without all the ranting, and they can cater to that audience.
Yeah, go ahead. It's all yours.
just say I first heard of this theory from the Interesting Nerd Club, and I think there's a lot of merit to it. And then just literally repeat all the points we say without the jokes.
Yeah. For when you want people to be fucking bored watching your videos, Zach. For when you want people to be fucking bored.
There's a reason we're not making those kind of videos, Doc. There's a reason. It's because these are way more fun for me.
Zach, Ariane is fucking Eris Oakheart. Or, well, she was. Ariane has a whole bunch of cousins. They're called the Sand Snakes. They're the children of
wrong.
Oberyn
You
Martell.
You were actually closer, and you're talking about Ariane's relationships.
You're asking me for more relationships that Ariane Martell is in?
Or might be in.
Quentin.
Or what was that?
Quentin.
Her brother?
Yeah, you've read this series.
Well, very specifically, there was Ariane Martell's a great target for marriage. She's a very great political piece on the chessboard.
Oh, are you driving at Viserys? Because
Ding.
Right. Because Ariane was supposed to be queen.
Yes, correct. There's a secret marriage pact signed between the Martells and the exiled Targaryens, wedding Viserys to Ariane Martell.
Between the Martells and the exiled Targaryens, wedding Ariane to Viserys, Viserys?
Viserys.
Okay. Do you have a particular place you want this, or can I just put it in the corner?
I don't think there's any particular place I want anything in this theory.
Okay.
It kind of builds upon itself, and I think you can go through the whole thought process here in order. I've got confidence in you.
Okay. Does the phrase "you don't want to wake the dragon," do you get me a ding?
No, although it is wonderfully thematically appropriate.
Okay. I think it was implied that Daenerys was supposed to marry Quentyn, and and she was supposed to become the Lady of Sunspear.
Yeah, that's actually we learn about the Secret Marriage Pact from Quentyn, who shows up with it, whether it's authentic or not, and says, "Hey, this is all part of the plan. Viserys and Ariane are supposed to get married. You and I were supposed to get married. We've actually been promised to each other for a very long time. Anyways, what are you doing this Thursday? Getting married? Because that was my plans with you this Thursday."
And then she's
just kidding.
No.
But what if?
We can't get married right now, but we could.
What if we kissed at an altar? Just kidding. But what if?
Okay. All right. What else? So are you suggesting that Daenerys was actually secretly grew up in Dorne?
Ooh, that would be very straightforward and not the kind of theory I'm used to making. Everybody thinks Daenerys grew up in Dorne, and she probably did. and I'm actually not going to dispute that that is the most likely outcome. My theory, I guess it doesn't necessarily matter where Daenerys grew up, as opposed to where she could have grown up.
Oh my god, fucking pogtacular. Name a place, Tom. Did she grow up in the jungles of Sithorios?
I think naming a place is if you follow the Viserys through line here, and the young Viserys and Daenerys through line here, you can probably get 4 more dings.
The Summer Isles.
Or you can name a place.
Old Valyria. Did she grow up in the smoking ruins? All right, let's talk about Viserys Targaryen. Viserys Targaryen is an asshole. He gets, he does, Khal Drogo does to him what every rock and metal artist wants to do to their crowd.
Ding.
What?
One of my notes is Viserys is killed by Khal Drogo.
Viserys is killed by Khal Drogo. I'm not going to tell the punchline to that joke. Put it in the comments.
It was should I not tell it either?
No.
Because I was about to say that's a very intelligent joke that I did not give you enough credit for because we have to do a video.
We're not going to do. Come on, we're not going to do all the work for you. You have to supply some of the punchlines.
Somebody in the comments say, "Hey guys, Peter Griffin here." The joke is that, and then explain the joke.
Good. Okay.
We're gonna forget we put that in there in like 2 days from when this airs. We're gonna get a video, and it's like, why is that? Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hey guys, Peter Griffin here.
I forgot about the 4 cocktails of the apocalypse. By the way, the person who did that, you are amazing. We are very big fans of you specifically, and we will someday try all the cocktails.
Zach, what do you think of a celebratory stream at some point where each of us drinks all of those drinks?
That has to be our 1,000 subscriber special, like part of it, right?
Yeah.
Like we'll put a list of things we're gonna do when we get to 1,000 subscribers, and one of them is that we drink the 4 cocktails of the apocalypse.
Yeah, let's just keep on ratcheting it up. So let's okay, Zach, we're doing it right now. We're making it canon right now. All right, we're gonna do a live stream for our 1,000 subscriber special if we are ever unfortunate enough to get there.
I wanted to do a Q&A too. I thought the Q&A would be a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
So like CGP Gray's Q&As.
That sounds very fun. That sounds great. We can do it live. We can be, I don't know, we can be like playing ping pong, talking about A Song of Ice and Fire while playing the taboo you can't use certain letters game.
We have to do the Q&A before we do the can't use certain letters ones, because I want to give people like really good answers. Then we start playing taboo while playing ping pong.
Yeah, all right. And at each stage, at the stage of each activity, we have to drink one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
I'm on board. I will drive all the way back to that city that may or may not contain the Bills and Sabres to film that.
I just realized, Zach, you told the internet where I live.
You did that earlier.
No, you did that. I said New York State. You specified.
You said New York State, and you said the Canadians were your neighbors.
They're neighbors to the state. They're neighbors to the whole state, Zach. The people of Philadelphia are my neighbors. Just the fact that I don't live right next to them doesn't mean they're not my neighbors. You dick.
That's true. That's true.
You dick bag.
To be fair, everything north of the Bronx is Bill's territory.
Yeah.
You could technically live in Albany.
Not anymore. You know what? I'm gonna go through this episode. I'm gonna censor every single location, every single one.
Including the ones that are in A Song of Ice and Fire.
Correct. So like Zach, let's go on a list right now. We're talking this, right? We're talking a. Give me a couple.
There's there is there is people that are called Ibonese, which, by the way, the fact we haven't made Ibonese into a Ligma joke yet
Damn
is
it.
a real indictment.
Damn it, damn it,
on the two
Zach.
of us.
Damn it. Like, you said the word Ibonese, and it occurred to me for the first time just after you said that. It occurred to me for the first time that I could turn it into a Ligma joke, and I was trying to think of one when you said that.
I've been trying to turn Ibonese into a Ligma joke for a week, Tom. It's not easy. Like they're all really awkward. Okay. Pull the Viserys thread again.
You sure you don't want to pause right here and try to come up with an Ibonese Ligma?
Ibonese Ligma joke? No, I don't. Oh, you know what? Leave your favorite Ibonese Ligma joke in the comments.
Yes, please. I don't want to constrict you. Focus on Ibn, but if you think of other Ligma jokes from other locations in A Song of Ice and Fire, you can put those down there too. Zach. Viserys.
What about maybe we're pronouncing a shy wrong. You like people with their head low and their ass.
Oh my god. Oh, fuck it. I'm crying.
The good news is if you watch these videos, you'll never need to read the books again because you'll be incapable. Like the brain rot will have completely rendered reading the books impossible. When you get to the beginning, it's like, oh, Benjen Stark, that's the guy who's growing the secret garden. His wife is another.
Wait a minute. There's no robots anywhere.
When are they going to introduce the robots?
Man, he's really burying the lead with that one, huh?
Man. How come nobody's made a Breaking Bad reference yet?
That's in the next book. It's always in the next book.
It's always in the next book. Tom, let's get back on the rails here.
Zach Viserys Targaryen is the child of Aerys Targaryen and Rhaella Targaryen?
Rhaella Targaryen.
There we go. He went to Dragonstone. He was very young. The Sack of King's Landing happened, and then they fled presumably to Essos.
Ding.
Okay.
I think that's close enough. Targaryen loyalists named Viserys the King of Westeros on Dragonstone before Daenerys was born.
Okay. Loyalists hid
specifically the Crown of King
on Dragonstone before Dany was born. You said specifically the Hand of the King?
No, specifically they crowned Viserys as well. They said he was the legitimate king.
Oh, okay.
They not only did they hide him on Dragonstone, but they said they gave him like a little mock coronation of some sort. I believe they crowned him at the very least, or claimed him as the legitimate king.
Viserys was crowned on Dragonstone.
Sort of crowned. I don't think he actually had a crown. I'm sure somebody's going to dispute. Like he didn't actually have a crown. But
we can use the word crown to synonymous with coronated.
The problem is there might be other crowns in this theory. But
oh my god. The crown of Aegon the Conqueror?
No.
Damn it. That's in Dorne, Zach.
Why don't you talk very specifically about this time period that we're in right now?
Big storm, Sack of King's Landing, the mountain.
What happened during that big storm?
Daenerys was born.
Correct. How long after they arrived there was that big storm?
I got no idea.
Want to take a guess?
No.
You should go for it. Take a guess.
3 years. It was a very
Too
late.
long.
It was a very late term pregnancy.
It's funny you say that.
Why is it funny I say that, Zach?
Because guess how long it was after they arrived on Dragonstone that Daenerys was born.
Was it 9 months, Zach?
9 months.
Huh.
That is a ding, by the way.
Okay.
It was a huge part of the theory.
9
months after the sack of King's Landing, they're fleeing from King's Landing, Viserys being crowned, them settling down in Dragonstone. There was a storm in which Daenerys was born, which does call into question if there was enough time for Aerys II to have been the father. Like, he could have been, for sure. But, like, maybe he was already dead, or maybe they had already been, like, in the process of fleeing at that point.
So the timeline doesn't not work.
It's
Right.
just tight.
Yeah, because human gestation is like 9 months and 3 weeks or something like that. It's not 9 months. It's longer. Although I do stop and question whether George Martin knows that. If there are any doctors in the chat, please feel free to correct me in the comments.
Yeah, look, George Martin is bad at blank is always a valid explanation for anything in any theory.
And we know George Martin is bad at timing.
He's bad at timing. He's bad at scale too. He's bad at travel distances. Yeah, he correct.
And also I remember reading in, I think it's The World of Ice and Fire, in the reign of Aerys II, where they talk about his relationship with his wife. Although this might have been somebody else. This might have been somebody in the main series. When he did not sleep with Rhaella very often, but whenever he burned somebody alive, he would then go and have sex.
Yeah, and not in a very pleasant way.
Yes,
my understanding as well.
In some deeply uncomfortable ways. But I think
I believe.
So on the one hand, there certainly would have been a lot of burnings in those last couple of days, and it would be thematically appropriate for Daenerys to have been conceived after like the burning of I don't know, maybe the burning of Brandon Stark. If he happened to be like one of the last ones left.
This also kind of makes sense with Rhaegar is only born after the tragedy at Summerhall. So it's possible the burnings had a positive effect on child conception for Targaryens.
But
also tracks with the only death can pay for life sort of thing.
I also remember another line where Aerys is, I think near the end, Aerys shunned everyone, including the queen. He never, near the end, he never
burned them all. Yeah.
Yeah.
He trusted no one.
So
not even himself.
Let's go down this rabbit hole, right? Let's suppose, and I think this is what you're getting at, let's suppose that there's a possibility that Daenerys is a bastard.
That's actually all that matters for that part.
Okay.
You've dug to the end of that rabbit hole, I think. The Daenerys's legitimacy being in question is the end of that specific rabbit hole, I think.
Oh, on a related note, somebody made the argument that if Jon's real name is Daemon, that would add to the idea that he's going to look like a Blackfire pretender when he.
It's funny you mentioned the Blackfire pretenders. That might be another really good rabbit hole to go down.
Oh my goodness. Okay, sure. Let's talk about let's roll through the Dunk and Egg books. Actually,
I think more recent's better.
Zach, give me a card.
Deal you a card?
You want a card?
Whew.
I
I
want a
think you
card.
can solve this without having any cards dealt. But okay, if you want a card.
I do. I want a card.
Let me give you one that's not the rabbit hole I told you just to go down, because this one's going to be harder to get.
Okay.
Here's your card. Viserys sold Riella's crown to an unknown buyer when he and Dany were impoverished and homeless.
And that's how he got the title The Beggar King.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Don't worry, George R. R. Martin didn't.
That's an interesting question. Who has Daenerys' crown?
Yeah, that would have been passed to Daenerys by rights. That should be her crown.
Or Ariane's crown, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, especially if Ariane was potentially, I don't know, marrying a Targaryen.
Yeah. Is that it? Are we thinking that's in Dorne?
Maybe. That's a potential location for it.
Okay.
But if they grew up in Dorne and like got kicked out and went elsewhere, potentially to Bravos, potentially to other like free cities, it seems more likely that somebody who has connections to the free cities probably picked it up, or just some random schmuck in a free city. But I feel like it would have most value to somebody in Westeros, and they pay top dollar for it. But
Yeah.
that's for later in the theory.
Okay. Then for right now, we're talking about the Blackfire rebellions.
I think the more recent you go on this one, the more dings you're going to get.
Are we talking about Fagon?
We are talking about young Griff.
Ooh. Are we talking about Jon Con? I know that Jon Con was the Hand of the King under Aerys.
No, I think you Fagon is enough for a ding.
Oh, okay, sure.
Young Griff claims to be Aegon Targaryen, who was smuggled out of King's Landing before Lannister men sacked the city.
Rian. Smuggled out during the sack of King's Landing. Well, that sure is interesting. That sure is interesting, Zach. Why is Aegon relevant? Are we suggesting a Daenerys-Aegon marriage?
No, although somebody who might marry Aegon is another ding.
Ariane?
Ding! Young Griff will likely marry Ariane Martell. Is another ding. That's been kind of set up, and the Winds of Winter sample chapters seem to imply that as well. At least in my opinion.
Huh. Where's our Dorne section? There we go. Wait, no. Here we go. Perfect. Okay,
So,
sure.
I should note that this theory is character it's about Dany's character arc specifically, and there's like 2 parts to it, and you're almost done with the part 1. Part 2 shorter.
Okay. Well, let's just start talking about it, right? Let's just talk about let's talk about young Griff.
Yeah.
Young Griff is kind of a pompous asshole. He is very confident and very sure of himself, and just in maybe just literally in the last chapter in Dance, the last chapter he's in Dance, he lands in the Stormlands and starts and takes Griffin's Roost and 1 or 2 other places. Which is super cool and super baller, by the way.
Yeah, he is super cocky and confident, but he does to some extent live up to the hype.
He is bad at Syvass though.
Yeah, oh yeah, but as far as he has a plan to take Westeros by storm, his plan actually seems to have a good shot of working.
Yeah, he hasn't and we can have an argument about whether that's Griff being being skilled or Cersei being a moron, or a little bit of both. But yeah,
There also might be a shadowy puppet master at play too.
Oh, does the phrase "Varys always shaves his head" get me a ding?
It does not get you a ding, but actually, specifically the contrast between book and show Varys is a central crux of this theory.
I think in the books they don't have his "I hate magic" thing.
Correct. That's not in the books. But specifically in the books, we know which horse he's backing 100%. Or at the very least, like, it's heavily implied we know which horse he's backing 100%.
Well, I mean, we think we do.
He does kind of tell Kevin Lannister.
Have you considered that he might be lying to the corpse of Kevin Lannister?
He might be lying to a guy he just shot and has no reason to lie to.
Yeah, this is
that would be the most Varys thing possible. To be fair,
like
to lie to the audience.
Yeah. Hold on for a moment. I need to lie to camera too. Sure. In the books, Varys has this whole thing like, I serve the realm. And he ends up signing on with Daenerys, who ends up not being good for the realm. But we don't talk about the Bad Dragon show.
And very specifically, how does that end for him?
Does he get cooked and eaten?
Yes, because it's something he does.
Zach, I don't remember.
You don't remember season 8 of Game of Thrones? Oh, come on!
Isn't this like season 8, episode 4?
It's like, I think it's right before the show was whacked by its writers.
Yeah,
in that year's most prominent suicide that was actually a murder.
Game of Thrones. Is he like plotting to put Jon on the throne?
Ding!
Yay.
And I'm even gonna deal you a card for free that you missed, so we can get through the first chunk of this theory.
Okay.
The thing you got the ding on was in the Bad Dragon show. Varys sends out a letter telling everybody about Jon's claim to the throne and how he is the rightful heir and not Dany.
Telling people that Jon is the heir, not Dany. That's an interesting take. Why is this relevant?
I want to do one more thing that's going to help you with the first half of this theory.
Okay.
The Golden Company operates in the Disputed Lands, which has a warm climate.
What the Kentucky Fried fuck are you implying?
I will give you this half of the theory so you can have fun seeing where it goes.
Okay.
Tom, I think Daenerys is going to go through some hardcore gaslighting. I think that Varys is going to find every possible question mark in her upbringing and say, you're fake. You're a fraud. You are not actually a Targaryen. In fact, I think you might even be a Blackfire. And Daenerys is going to tell her whole story to like different lords when she returns. She's going to have like some attempt to do things diplomatically, and then she's going to even mention like Viserys sold my mother's crown, and Varys is going to say, "The crown's right here in King's Landing." And it might even be that they say like Varys meets Dany face to face and says, I'm sorry, Daenerys. That's not true. This is your mom's crown. It never left the keep." Oh, you were supposed to marry Ariane Martell? No. Or your brother was supposed to marry Ariane Martell? No. No way. And of course not. The marriage pact was always with Aegon.
What the fuck? Oh my god, dude, this is some Gurmy shit.
Yeah, yeah, Daenerys gets full on gaslit. Your entire life is a lie. Everything you think about yourself is not true. You're not even a Targaryen.
Oh my god, she gets like fucking hardcore fake news.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, Daenerys. You are nothing but a fake dragon.
You're nothing but a mummer's dragon.
Yes.
You're nothing but a mummer's dragon. Zach, can I write that down to where the mummer's
Yes.
dragon?
But wait, you can write that down. I didn't have that there, but like, yeah.
Dude, you're right. You're absolutely right. There must needs be some kind of information warfare, and who better to commit that than Varys?
Yes. That's the first half of this theory, is that there's going to be some gaslighting that is probably not good for Dany's perception of herself, the world, and
Or
we can
how
talk about.
flammable King's Landing is.
Yes, that is where we might be going with the second half of this theory.
Varys'
Uh,
information warfare. Zach, this theory kind of fucks.
this theory kind of fucks, and we're not done yet, Tom,
Okay.
because there's a back half or a back third, I guess. Uh, it might help if I deal you a card.
Yeah. Kick me down. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me think my way through this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think my way through it. Daenerys is going to be so. Daenerys, probably from Dragonstone, is going to be subject to some truly horrific information warfare.
Yeah.
People claiming that she's false and that she is illegitimate and that she's a woman and that she has no right to rule.
Also, it's a little bit like
Yeah.
the Dance with Dragons too.
I was just thinking that, dude. What does she do? Well, she finds the closest Targaryen who can give her some legitimacy. She
She's a
says,
little busy being resurrected.
oh, John boy. Oh, John
That's
boy.
one. That's one thing she could do, but she could also just say, "Might makes right." Right? She could also just say, "We're going to march on King's Landing."
Burn them all.
Now, Tom, I feel like this is going to be a lot easier for you if I deal you a card. Do you want it?
Oh, can I try to nail a ding?
Sure.
What do you think of? I would gladly burn the world to the ground if I could be king of the ashes.
Who says that?
Littlefinger. Are you suggesting that we're gonna get like a full top to bottom Littlefinger v Varys information warfare grudge match?
Ooh, that's a fun theory, and the quote's thematically appropriate, but it's not where I'm going.
Okay, all right. Let's keep that in mind because it might this be compatible? Littlefinger on Dany's team?
It's not incompatible.
Okay.
It's certainly not incompatible.
All right. Okay.
I'm going down a different direction. I would like to. This requires some creative writing exercises. There's the reason I'm enthusiastic to deal you a card.
Yeah.
You might never get there otherwise.
Let's do it.
This is the one leap.
Okay.
The Kingswood Brotherhood hid in the Kingswood, using it as a way to ambush unsuspecting passerbys and perform heists without warning. Or I don't know what you call highwaymen attacking people, whether that's a heist or just a robbery or a mugging.
And commit heists without warning. We're gonna call it a heist.
Yeah.
If you hold up like an armored car, is that a heist? I think so.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're right. That is a heist.
Zach, I have a question.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
I know. That's a jump, isn't it?
Yes.
So the Kingswood is right near King's Landing,
Uh-huh.
and I'm thinking, uh, eh, King's Landing knows how to prepare for an attack. We've seen that in the Battle of the Blackwater. I don't think Danny, even if she goes full like burn them all method, could kill all of the Gold Company. And there's like tunnels underneath the city. Like young Griff could escape with enough of his men and then go become a nuisance, right?
Yeah.
Like she ruins her reputation. She destroys the whole city, and she doesn't even kill young Griff. And like a good chunk of his army makes it out too. That's a totally conceivable outcome, right?
Zach, this could mirror what happens at the end of the Dance with Dragons. Can I talk about what happens at the end of Fire and
please
Blood?
Please do.
At the end of the Dance with the Dragons, Rhaenyra has retaken King's Landing, but they weren't able to capture Aegon. He is presumed dead. But it turns out that Aegon, like licking his wounds, like committed this amazing midnight coup on Dragonstone, which was Rhaenyra's fortress. So they basically swapped board positions, and
Yes.
Aegon just like sat there quietly until Rhaenyra had to retreat. She retreated back to something that she thought was her own fortress, and then he was just like, "Hi, I'm here." And also, this is my dragon.
That's actually perfect. I did not put that down, but that's almost like perfectly where I'm going with this.
Oh, that young Griff takes Dragonstone or somewhere else.
No,
Quietly.
but more that Daenerys is aware of the fact, like somebody's going to mention that, right? Someone's going to mention like he's still out there, and as long as he's out there, he's a threat of taking somewhere else and like striking back.
Ooh. So does she go like scorched earth campaign trying to root him out?
Yeah, she burns the Kingswood.
Oh. Ooh.
I think there's an implication here that like we've taught that like you're definitely thinking. So I'll go ahead and give you a ding, even though you haven't said it yet, because I know it's on your mind.
Okay.
Small folk live in the Kingswood.
Oh.
There's definitely small folk in King's Landing. I don't think she's going to like full on like destroy it like she did in the Bad Dragon show. I think it'll also be partially restored from Cersei's rule and Aegon's conquest of it. So I don't think she's going to completely annihilate it like she did in the Bad Dragon show. But I think she will burn the Kingswood. And I'll give you your burn them all quote. I had a very similar, like thematically appropriate quote that I feel like I should give you a ding for, which is this one. It's the writings of a Septon named Barth.
I love
I
Septon
think
Barth, dude.
he said, "Death comes out of a dragon's mouth, but death does not go in that way."
The fuck does that mean?
Dragons can breathe out fire and cause untold death and destruction, but it's not that easy to kill a dragon.
Huh.
This is where the theory gets incredibly dark, and you might be noticing a historical parallel.
Zach, I still don't know where we're going.
Talk about George R. R. Martin, his life, his history. Maybe since we're doing a historical parallel, Maybe it's something George R. R. Martin lived through.
George R. R. Martin is quite famously one of the conscientious objectors during the Vietnam War.
Ding!
George R. R. Martin was a conscientious? Conscientious?
Mm-hmm.
Did I get that right?
I think so.
Zach, are we doing an Agent Orange thing?
That's another ding. Close enough. It was the use of napalm and white phosphorus that I was thinking of.
Napalm.
Horrible weapons. A lot of treaties to make them illegal now. Not that we signed them, I don't think, but
Were used to, let's say, extreme effect during Vietnam. So Zach, I still don't know. I still don't know where we're going. Because, like, between these two, like down in this corner over here, we're just sort of like circling the drain of Dragonfire is phenomenally destructive, and Daenerys is going to use it.
I am saying that the ending of the books is going to be a very, very heavy and direct anti-war metaphor that gets very strong in its parallels.
Oh, you think it's going to be that bad?
A war based on disinformation, based on a feud that is above the heads of the people who suffer from it the most, where entire people are burned out of existence and the world around them is nothing but flames. That bad, yeah.
Oh, all right, okay, let's talk about it. Because in order for that to be true, we need POV from inside the Infernos.
there's no reason that John Connington can't be there.
But John Conn's a military commander. And it doesn't sound like you're getting at the story of the Americans in Vietnam.
Ooh, it could be Ariane.
Oh, Ariane walking. Oh, Ariane in. Get your bingo cards out. This reminds me of an episode of Star Trek. Ariane in the war camp, tending the wounded, while the Infernos get closer and closer.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, Tom.
Christ.
Would you like to play another round of Tom Name a Thing?
No.
I do want to give you the one last card you haven't gotten yet, besides
perfect.
the Tom Name a Thing card.
Okay.
Which is Danny. This is a quote from A Dance with Dragons. No, Danny thought, those are the bones of a child.
Yeah.
Danny's already been war crimes adjacent.
Man, we all like Daenerys, and we all try not to think about it. And we're all able to dunk on the bad dragon show, because it was bad. But if what you're describing comes to pass, it is going to be heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And not heartbreaking like Tyrion, because Tyrion, you can see it. Tyrion's always been an asshole. And if Tyrion starts going on rampages, it wouldn't. I'll feel for the people he's doing it to, but I won't feel for him as strongly as I'll feel for Daenerys.
you'll know there's been some lost potential in Tyrion there when he floods King's Landing with their own shit. Like you'll know that like he could have probably been a better person, but at the same time, he was always kind of a dick, and he was always a shrewd like I'll kill people if I need to succeed sort of person as well. I was rereading one of my favorite bits of A Song of Ice and Fire, where he finally, after all the setup in the world, asks for Pycelle's cock to be cut off and fed to a goat.
Cut off his manhood, feed it to the goats.
Goats? There are no goats here, half-man. We'll make do.
My God, man, you remember when that show was good?
Not only is that show good, that dialogue is word for word from the books.
No,
The book is just that funny, and the show just had to copy it verbatim.
no, Peter Dinklage made it better.
Oh, of course. Well, he always does.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay, Zach, so I love where you've gone here. I am especially fond of this up here. And like this whole top section, because it had never occurred to me what an information game there must needs be in Daenerys versus Aegon. And now that I'm thinking on it, it really should have. Because I'm a big fan of Fire and Blood, and I know I've talked to you a couple of times about the War of the Ravens, where in the prelude to Fire and Blood, prelude to the Dance of the Dragons, I should say.
You mentioning that actually helped me think of this theory. I'm like, what if there's a second War of the Ravens?
Yeah, where they are fighting not with swords and dragon fire, but with words, and Daenerys is bad at that. She's bad at that. She doesn't have any experience in that. Whereas Aegon is raised to be a communicator. He's raised as a politician. He's really good at it.
Yeah.
And Daenerys is not. She may be the champion of the small folk some of the time, but
she's a champion of small folk really, really far away where nobody like knows it, for a completely different issue that's irrelevant in Westeros.
I think we can safely compare her to Tyrion, right? Tyrion should have been the champion of the small folk in King's Landing, but they, because the propaganda against him was so strong, they called him a twisted demon monkey instead.
Yes.
It's pretty good.
Tom, what's some famous songs associated with the Vietnam War? When you think of like music playing in a radio in Vietnam, what songs do you think of?
Well, hold on, I'll beat around the bush a little bit. How about "Born in the USA" by Bruce Springsteen?
That came out after and is about a Vietnam vet returning home, so that could not have been played like blasting out of a helicopter in Vietnam.
Zach, I'm going to hang up on you.
Why are you going to hang up on me? What are you going to hang
Name
up?
a song about Vietnam. Actually, that one is from the post-Vietnam recovery area, actually. That's
look, you're
Tom, that's an
82,
82, actually.
I think it was 82.
Zach, go fuck yourself. Is it Creedence Clearwater Revival? Is it Fortunate Son?
It's not Fortunate Son.
You motherfucker! That's the only one!
No, there's one by the Rolling Stones that is used in a lot of like Vietnam-era media.
Is that what Sympathy for the Devil's about?
Sympathy for the Devil is definitely one of them, but it's another song that might have a sitar intro.
Okay, all right. It's time for Tom. Name a thing. Is it the Beatles?
The Beatles aren't not the Rolling Stones.
Oh, is it time for Tom? Name a Rolling Stones song. I don't know music, Zach. You know I don't know music. Is it time for Tom? Are we gonna sit here and play Tom? Name a Rolling Stones song?
Tom, have you never heard the song "Paint It Black"?
Is that the one that goes? Meh, 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 meh?
Yes. Why don't you say those lyrics that are
I,
associated with that part?
I don't know the I don't know the
Uh,
lyrics.
Tom, the lyrics are, "I see a red door and I want it painted black."
Well, I'll be goddamned.
You can put that on the board right above the original quote where I always intended it to be. You left just enough space for it.
Well, I'll be damned.
I see a red door and I want it.
Red door, and I want it painted black. Zach, I know I don't need to tell you this,
Uh-huh.
but those are Targaryen colors.
Why, yes, they are. And thematically, Daenerys has her childhood with the Red Door, where she thinks it is a Targaryen, and with Viserys dead, with the crown missing, with her birth like being just in that like questionable area, and with uh, Aegon sitting on the throne, with Varys sending out ravens full of disinformation. He will take her childhood and like paint it over as if it's a Blackfire like pretender. She will have her red door and it will be painted black.
No colors anymore. I want them to turn back, to turn black. I look inside myself and see my heart is black. I see my red door and I must have it painted black. Maybe then I'll fade away and not have to face the facts. It's not easy facing up when your whole world is black. Well, I'll be good goddamned.
I do have additional tinfoil if you want to do it, although I think that the theory is good enough without it.
Hold on.
The additional
here.
tinfoil is just a kind of meme.
Hold on here. Hold the fucking phone. Damn it, Zach. I think Zach, I was mocking you earlier and I apologize. I think that you nailed this square on the head.
I think I will just ignore the additional tinfoil I did for the meme then and let this theory sit on its own because I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud that I pieced all this together.
Zach, this is some hot shit. This is. Look, I'm gonna let the people of the internet into my brain here for just a moment. Can I go off here for a second?
Go, please do.
When I write a lot of D&D. I actually write a lot of D&D and a lot of like personal fiction, and very very often I will think of a scene. I'll be listening to music and think of a scene that goes to that scene, and I will listen to that song to death as I am crafting that scene.
It's fascinating. I actually do the same thing. We've discussed how we have very different writing styles.
Yeah.
But I do that exact same thing.
Sometimes that happens with entire storylines. I don't know if that happens to you, but like.
Yeah, my next D&D campaign is based on a idea I had while listening to a song. It's purely an instrumental, but like it just came to me. The song like tracked with a campaign idea.
On a related but not relevant note, I've been thinking a lot about our upcoming brand theory, and I've been listening to a lot. Unrelatedly, I've been listening to a lot of Sean Paul lately. So I cannot imagine the like all of these scenes that I'm crafting. This whole tinfoil bullshit that I'm making, I cannot picture it without Sean Paul backing track.
It's amazing. I think I voted for Sean Paul back in 2012.
Nice.
That's a dumb joke. That's a very dumb joke.
I literally can't remember enough of. Was that Rond Paul? Not Ron.
Ron Paul. That was the Ron. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
That was the joke, is that I accidentally voted for Sean Paul instead. I was like really confused.
Sean Paul.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I can't believe Sean Paul's running for president. I thought he was like from somewhere in the Caribbean.
And Zach, I'm sitting here thinking that if you tried, in those couple of instances where those songs and albums have been so have set the tone so heavily for those scenes, you could absolutely reverse engineer that song back out. For example,
oh yeah,
there is a very notable scene that is set to the tune of Lagrange by ZZ Top. It's a really good chase scene, and if you knew my music listening habits, and you watched that scene enough times, you could absolutely reverse engineer ZZ Top out of it. Zach, I think that you have successfully reverse engineered Painted Black by the Rolling Stones.
I like to think so. That like the Painted Black, I don't think is explicitly about the Vietnam War, but like culturally, it sure as hell has become that way. Like people associate, like there are so many like Painted Black videos that are just Vietnam War footage playing over it, or like pictures of like Vietnam, like soldiers going into Vietnam and stuff like that. It was definitely something the Rolling Stones were like thinking about at the time. I don't think it was ever supposed to be explicit, and it really isn't. But like culturally, if somebody is trying to write about Vietnam, like if they're trying to put a Vietnam metaphor, they're probably listening to music of that era. And I can imagine George R. R. Martin listening to Painted Black and being like, you know, maybe there could be a red door.
Would that lampshade it too hard if it was a red door? And we know that the Daenerys plotline was the first plotline in A Song of Ice and Fire ever written.
Correct.
Like it's the moral linchpin of the series.
Yes, and also like in A Storm, it's A Clash of Kings in the beginning. The book is dedicated to another author. Eisenstein is her last name. I'm forgetting her first name. She actually died recently, but she was a friend of George R. R. Martin, who, when he was like first working out the story, said you have to have dragons in this story. It's going to work a lot better if you have dragons. He felt the need to specifically shout her out by the time he got to the second book, which makes me think that like that helped the story click into place. Like the metaphor he wanted to tell, he realized that like, yeah, you're right. Dragons is a means of like asymmetrical warfare. Was a genius idea that I can't wait to pay off.
Zach, I think you fucking cracked it wide open. Like I actually not like I don't even feel about this the way I feel about our Jaime Lannister theory. Which is great and very strongly textually supported. Now that you have,
we're confident that at least parts of it will likely come true, or that like the broad strokes ideas are right.
But like this, I don't. This does not feel like that. This feels like now that it like you have presented it to me, and I cannot imagine a way that it's not true. I can't imagine that that George R. R. Martin wasn't listening to this song on an 8-track tape on repeat while doing the initial drafts of Daenerys' storyline.
The best part is like there's like real life evidence. Like George R. R. Martin famously goes to see the Grateful Dead whenever he can.
Yeah,
we know he's like an old classic rock dude. Like he's like the prototypical dad rock guy. Like not that I also like I clearly also listen to that music, so I'm not like dunking on him at all.
I think it might be grandfather rock at this point.
Yeah, Dad Rock is starting to quickly become like Green Day. Hitting you right in the karaoke songs.
That sure is correct.
Now time to go to every state that borders Canada and find anybody singing any Green Day song and be like, is that Tom from the Interesting Nerd Club?
Oh, right, because I have to do that bit where I edit out all the locations. I'm either going to do that, or I'm not going to do that, and it's going to be funny that I didn't.
It's going to be funny that you didn't. And everybody post a fictional city from a different piece of media, whether it's a Song of Ice and Fire, to show you got to the end of the video, whether it's from a Song of Ice and Fire, or it's from like, I don't know, Earthbound, or any fictional place, any fictional like medium story that has multiple fictional locations. Be like, man, I can't believe Zach and Tom are from blank. I can't believe Zach and Tom are from Hotland.
Man, can you believe that Zach and Tom from Earthsea? Shit's wild.
Man, I can't believe Zach and Tom are from Cardassia.
Man, can you believe that Zach and Tom are from... I really thought that my brain would supply me with any location in the Warcraft universe by the time I got to the end of that sentence, but it did not.
There's Ironforge, Goldshire.
What's the name of the city
Westfall?
that Arthas's dad ruled, and then Arthas came in and he was like, replacing you, father. What's that one?
That's Stormwind, right?
Is that Stormwind? Is that the city of Stormwind?
Or wait, no, isn't he? Wait, is Arthas? No, Arthas is the king of Stormwind, is he? Or is he from the Northern Human Kingdom that falls to the undead?
Arthas becomes the Lich King. That's all I got. Wait,
yeah,
it might not be the Lich King.
Northrend. No, he does become. You're right. Arthas becomes the Lich King. Arthas is the king of. And I'm worried that this is a liquid joke. Just a full disclosure. Arthas. Crown Prince of Lordaeron.
Lordaeron. That's what I was trying to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we need to come up with a liquid joke for Lordaeron.
Lordrin. Lordrin in charge.
Well, the people have to leave 2 comments. One for when they're trying to make a Ligma joke out of Ibaniz, and another one for when they're trying to make a Ligma joke out of Lordaeron.
I know what it is. Come here, get Ibaniz buns. Something like that.
Like I said, it's really hard, isn't it?
As long as you like lay a little bit of a New Zealand accent on it, I think you can get there.
You're right. We gotta do an episode with the 2 guys from the Flight of the Conchords. They gotta come on and they can do that joke.
You're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen with a dragon.
I heard that song at karaoke last night. Oh man, that's funny.
Sick, man. Zach, is that our theory?
That is our theory. I did
it.
have additional tinfoil that maybe Daenerys actually was a Blackfire, but that was pure memeing. I have one piece of evidence is not very good.
You want to just shout it out?
In the first book, she has that dream where a dragon heals her, and it's a black dragon. That was my entire evidence that she might actually be a Blackfire. I don't believe that. I do believe everything you see on the screen right now.
Hey, what do you think of that being foreshadowing for not even necessarily a relationship, but some sort of like alliance between them, where Daenerys is injured and Aegon and his team have to like fix her up before the fight with the White Walkers?
That's possible. That is like she is ready to give up from all the marching and all that, and that the Black Dragon, the flames of the Black Dragon fill her with resolve to continue. Like that could also just be like a dark parallel later when like she is exhausted having made her way all the way to Westeros and she doesn't know if it's even worth ruling, and then she like sees Aegon on the throne. She's like, never mind. I have resolve after all, but it's specifically resolved to do horrible things to all sorts of people.
Daddy, fill me with your resolve.
How unfortunate. In our video about war crimes.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I should have this on the screen right now. I'll save it for the next episode. Zach, say goodbye.
Goodbye.